Hey guys, this is Geek Dhaba, and today we're bringing you our new prediction for how things will go in Ragnarok Chapter 63 and onwards. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to catch more of our review content. As you all know, Qin Shi Huang and Hades' battle is about to reach its climax, with Chapter 62 ending at a very strong note for Hades. We see Qin taking some really heavy damage now, having been at the top of the first half of the fight, but now with Hades' recent power-up, things kind of look grim for him. Now we know Qin is using Shiyu and currently has used 4 out of its 5 fighting styles, and the remaining last one is Way of the Sword. Now speculations are that it can be the Way of the Yellow Dragon, as this dragon symbolizes the Emperor in the Chinese mythology, as well as the center of the 4 directions. So it could be the ace that Qin needs to overpower Hades. We do notice that Hades isn't undamaged either. I mean, his unit end got damage just piercing through the heavenly armor. So chances are that even if this eventual showdown of sword versus spear happens, it might come down to who strikes first. However, for narrative importance and for the sake of this prediction, I'll go ahead and predict that it will end up in a tie, meaning the competitors, both of them, will end up killing each other. From this point on, I sort of anticipate the author might want to create a little bit more anxiety and tension with the narrative. Keep in mind, we are one human extra, therefore Qin Shi Huang versus Hades ending up in a tie can sort of like clear the path to introducing a new god, which probably most likely would be Adamus, because I can't see any other reason why they would bring him on board after probably declaring him dead during the Poseidon fight. Now, the next set of predictions are just by me, just for the sake of getting to the point, but what I believe is going to create a massive tension is a 6-6 tie between gods and humans. This means the next round would probably be, let's just say, Okatasuji versus Loki. I understand, of course, a lot of you want Loki to go up against Nostradamus, but given the hostility between the two, which was established before in the previous chapters, I kind of believe that Soji might want to have one-on-one with Loki. Now, in this scenario, of course, Okatasuji's temper sort of gets the better of him, and Loki triumphs, leaving the score gods to human as 4-3. Next up, we might have King Leonidas versus Susanoo no Mikoto, where once again, Susanoo will triumph. While I have no idea exactly how it will work out, I'm just, for the sake of the prediction, I'm taking it forward. Next up would be the highly likely Grigory Rasputin versus Anubis in this one, and we might see Rasputin triumph because, the man literally can't die. There's a whole song about that. So this will leave the score to 5-4. Next up, we'll get Nikola Tesla versus Beelzebub, which is probably more sensible because both of them are inventors, and Beelzebub is constantly looking for something that will finally put an end to him. And I kind of feel like Nikola Tesla with his death ray might do the job. Next up, we'll have Simo Heha versus Apollo, which could be another win for humanity, bringing the score to 5-6. This is the point where the anxiety or tension seems to ramp up because humans now need one more win to sort of like win Ragnarok and win their freedom for the next 1,000 years. However, I kind of foresee that the gods might upset this one when Adamus takes on Sakata Kintoki and probably wins this, which brings the score to a tie 6-6. And the final bout would go up to Odin and Nostradamus. Given both have the gift of prophecy, I feel like it will be a close fight to the death. And also, given Nostradamus has been called the strongest human who ended up in Helheim, I kind of believe this would be a fight to witness. So now the question, of course, comes in, do gods win this or humans? Now we know that Nostradamus pretty much predicted the situation where he sort of joked about gods winning this bout, but who knows, he could have been serious about it as well. And of course, if humans get to win this, then probably that's the end of the manga. But let's just take it this way, where the gods win, meaning Odin is able to beat Nostradamus and get the win for the gods. So, of course, humanity is doomed and finally goes extinct or whatever. But what if, in his moment of triumph, Odin instead decides to dethrone all other pantheons and to take over as supreme ruler of all pantheons and humans? Now here where we'll get the narrative significance of why Qin Shi Huang and Hades ended up as a tie with both competitors killing each other. Now we know Zeus is pretty much busted up, Poseidon's dead, Hades is pretty much incapacitated, and of course, well, Ares. Let's not talk about it. We know Shiva has had like 2 of his arms broken off already. Anubis, being the only Egyptian deity and taken off the board by Rasputin, leaves Odin with a clear path in this case. I sort of foresee some of the gods of other pantheons teaming up with humans to start fighting the Norse pantheon in this case. One can assume that probably Izanagi, the king of the Japanese pantheon, and Amun-Ra, the king of Egyptian pantheon, might get involved in order to kill off Odin and restore balance to the world. After all, the mangaka has referred to the pro set as many times, and the title is Ragnarok, of course. And we know at Ragnarok, Odin loses and is killed off. I assume the story will officially culminate with humanity emerging victorious after having finished off Odin. And we might get to see more human fighters get involved other than the ones on the list. So there you have it, folks. Let me know what you think of this theory. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as usual, we'll see you in the next video. Take care.